So the podcast is called Pathways and Possibilities. And today we have a special guest. We have Mr. Todd Womack. I'll let him introduce fully himself and where he works, what office he works here on the campus.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me here. Yeah, Todd Womack, program manager in the social work department in the College of Health Sciences. Part of that responsibility is academic advising, mentoring coordinator, and then lecturer. I've been here since 2009. So, like I said, I'm excited about this time we're gonna share today, and hopefully we can chop it up and, present some information that benefits students, faculty, and staff here at the University of Michigan-Flint.
Yeah. So today, we're gonna talk about college myths that can make or break, a student's semester. So the first one is withdrawing from a class doesn't affect you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's multi-layered, right? I think first and foremost, after a certain period of time, like in academic semester, withdrawing from a class will impact, your SAP, which is satisfactory academic progress, right? Before 10th day, you pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But then it also depends on if you withdraw, or what we say. See, the terminology for me is withdraw typically is like all your classes.
A withdrawal can kind of almost save you in a sense. It's sometimes,
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, it's best to do it before 10th day. And that's how I advise students, like, hey, if you're trying to decide, like, can I do 12 or 15 or 9 or 12? I'm like, okay, go ahead and enroll. But after that first week, if you feel like I can't carry this, then go ahead and drop the class. You see what I'm saying? And if you are financial aid wise listed as full-time and you drop to part-time, make sure you update your financial aid. So for me, I'm always about communication, right? Like, students typically just fly under the radar and they'll struggle without having conversations with those who can provide support. So for me, like, if a student hit me up like, hey, I'm sick, what do I need to do? I'm like, have you let your instructor know? Because a lot of times instructors will work with you. I think students don't think they will. I think students think it's like a hard line. Either you are in attendance or you absent.
Yeah.
But if you communicate, which is a lifelong skill, right? And I think it's based on how you're wired. Like, some people's attachment style is avoiding dismissals, meaning like they don't like conflict. So they'll avoid the conflict and dismiss and won't have a communication with the instructor, right? So for me, I'm always like leaning to having conversations with the instructor as your first line of how do I navigate this difficult time in the semester. Then also bring in your academic advisor, right? Because they can leverage any other resources as well as communicate with that instructor to say, hey, this is really what's going on. Like in our department, we have a team that we meet and begin to look at how do we support this student who may be struggling in not just this one class, but this other class as well. Taking classes in college is not like going to a restaurant. You just can't pick an appetizer, any appetizer, a main course, a dessert, and think it's all gonna come together, right? So if you switch majors, before you switch, my recommendation is reach out to the academic advisor in the potential major you're thinking about switching to. You see what I'm saying? And say, hey, I'm thinking about switching majors. How do my credits transfer and fulfill requirements in that major, right? But specifically, I say to students, ask that advisor, what's my anticipated graduation date if I switch from this major to that major? Because then you can compare, like in my old major, I was gonna graduate winter of 2020, whatever. If I switch to the new major, it may add on 2 more years. And so I want you to make an informed decision. You may say I'm good with that because I'm in a major I'm passionate about. 2 years don't matter. 2 additional years don't matter. But like, if you don't know that, you get in the major, you done switch, like, you done lost time in the old major, and now you find out like, oh, I got 2 more years? So once again, communication. Reach out to the advisor, run me an audit based on my credits and my degree plan. What's my anticipated graduation date? And be specific, like, I'm going full-time or part-time, right? Sometimes students don't make that clarity, with their advisor. They just say, I'm switching majors. I'm always asking students, are you gonna go full-time, part-time, 3/4 status, or half-time, part-time? Because then I can map it out, like, here it is. I'm gonna say make an informed decision. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, the struggle, the struggle's real, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna say there's no free money, and it's limited. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you take this money, like, I gotta take care of this issue outside the classroom that's gonna allow me to be more present in the classroom. I'm not no judgment here, right? But I'm just saying, like, that is calculating money or don't have in the future. The last thing you want to do is, like, and I know you all ain't doing this, right? But take refunds your last year here, you ain't got no money. Now you got to take out loans because you use that money that was cashed back to you, right? You was cashed out for something else. I'm not saying it wasn't warranted, but like I said, like, you only got so much of that to cover the square, you know? So make sure, you know, you have enough to cross the finish line. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a proponent of go at a speed that works for you. Whether it's full-time or part-time, whether it's 12 credits, 15, 18, or whether it's 9 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I tell students, you want to sprint across the finish line, jumping for joy, not crawl like you just barely making it, right? So if part-time is the pace you got to navigate to maintain your well-being, and also other family obligations, I'm like, good. The part I struggle with is higher ed in general, like, rewards full-time enrollment. You see what I'm saying? So it's a mixed message. Like, if I don't go full-time, I think some students like, I'm not a real student because I'm not. But like, no, you are a student. You see what I'm saying? Go at a pace that works for you. So once again, I would have those conversations with your academic advisor, right? Along with looking at your degree audit to say, okay, if I drop from full-time to part-time, I'm not gonna get to this finish line the same as I thought, right? I have some students like, you told me my anticipated graduation date was X, Y, and Z. I'm like, yeah, but you were full-time when we had that conversation. Now you part-time. Like, you ain't gonna get there. So once again, communicate and make an informed decision, right? Because the last thing I like to do or dislike to do, should I say, is student like, I'm supposed to graduate this semester, and I run the audit like, a baby step is still progression. You need 124 to graduate. You only were taking 12 credits a semester for a winter. You're gonna be short. Do the math, right? 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 106. If you're only taking 12, 8 semesters, it's not gonna equal up to 124. So
summer will count.
Yeah. But like you said, like, take ownership of your path as well, right? Your journey as well. It ain't all on the academic advisor. Take advantage of the opportunities to build relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard going through this experience alone, you know, and higher ed is a business. Sometimes it's responsive to you and sometimes it's not, you know, and the times that it's not, you need that support system to like help you through and recognize like, okay, it's not me, that's just how the structure is put in place, right? So I would say, you know, develop a relationship, take advantage of the resources. We talked about this before off camera, like those who need the resources tend not to take advantage of it.